Speaking of which, I can't even count on all of our fingers how many nominations Aerosmith has had, but Steven Tyler is with us on this Grammy weekend. What's up, brother?
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute.
Well, yeah, it's been a while.
You know, but you look exactly ageless, which is good.
Thank you kindly.
Are you still getting up every day and doing the workout routine that I know you were religious about for a long time?
I am. It's infectious. I remember when we were doing Idol.
Yeah.
I'd try to wake up before you. I'd get up at 6 o'clock, of course, you know. After 5 hours of sleep, I never in my life did that. And then go on and do Idol with 5 hours of sleep. But I'd go down to the gym, and who was there with their trainer? But you.
Yeah. Well, it's once you get into it, it's fun. So what are you doing on a regular basis? What's your routine?
Well, I just went to Maui, but before that, of course, we're on tour. So that's crazy. It's like, you know, you fly from L.A. to England, you do a show, and after the show, you do a runner. You go to France, and you sleep in France.
What's a runner?
It's something a girl gets in her stocking.
Run.
It's isn't that funny? That's the old days. Well, now it's a runner. It means after a show, you get on the plane right away and then fly to France. So you're in bed at France at 5 a.m. going, Amy, where did we wake up this morning?
Right. You don't know where you are.
Where are we? Yeah. So
Have you ever been out on stage and actually not quite been 100% sure which city you were in?
Positively. I have it. In fact, every night I have it written down in front of me.
You have to.
Good evening, Oregon. and I'm in South Bend, Indiana. You know, it just becomes a big blur, you know.
Right.
That coupled with substances, which I don't do anymore, but it doesn't matter. I come to find out it doesn't matter.
When you're that busy. And we're talking about the Grammys this weekend. Can you think back? Do you remember the first Grammys that you guys all attended and were a part of?
Yeah, I do. And we were really pissed off because it cost us $800,000.
What happened?
To fly the whole band and crew in to play at the Grammys, and we didn't get backed. It was you're getting a Grammy, you're playing, and it was holy. You know what? We're doing this, and you get there and you find out that you know.
Wait,
double-edged sword.
You find out what?
Well, that the Grammys don't pay for your anything.
You didn't ask before you went?
Oh yeah, we did, and they said, "Listen, you're getting a Grammy." I said, "That's all right. I still have half a Grammy left."
Oh,
hey, folks.
Was that 1990, I think, Love in the Elevator?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep, that, and Janie's Got a Gun, and what else? I just got him. I brought him back from Boston because I'm doing this thing with TMZ and Objectified.
Objectified, yeah.
So I'm going to whip out a Grammy and talk about it. So it's going to be fun.
Hey, what do you make of Elton John announcing this 300 stop retirement?
You know, he's just been on tour forever. It's time to, you wear out after a while.
But
just what happens.
But it was interesting because he's such a legend, and you see that he's retiring, but he's going to do 3 years of touring before retirement. So it's hardly retiring.
Yeah, crazy, right?
But do you ever think about it?
Maybe another 5 years, 10 years. I don't know. I mean, I just love it so much. I hate not being able to talk. I can't. No one can hand me a new throat,
right?
Like they hand a guitar player a guitar,
Right.
So if I sing for 2 hours, I can't talk for 2 days.
Wow.
Is that true? It takes that much of a toll now?
Yeah. I mean, I wake up like this. Of course.
Amy, where are we?
Yeah, because your range is so powerful. So
well, thank you. And I haven't changed it, so.
Yeah, it sounds exactly the same.
Well, Steven Tyler's here. He's hosting a Grammy viewing party, which is going down this Sunday to support Janie's fund at Red Studios in Hollywood. I know this has a lot of meaning, what you're doing and with this foundation. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's interesting. I wrote Janie's Got a Gun, and a good friend of mine said, let's drop the gun and say fund. Janie's got a fund. Because after I wrote Janie's Got a Gun, we did this video, and I watched in the video, and the one thing that took me the most was coming up with the mother looking down the hallway at the father walking in his daughter's room. And then, of course, at the end, she's just been smacked into Never Never Land. She doesn't know what's going on. And I thought to myself, I went to a place to find out what codependency was all about and try to physically survive the music business. This was 92, 93. Totally sober, went to a place to find out about codependency. And while I was in there, I found out that the girls that were there in this place, 400, 8 out of 10 of them have been abused, mentally, physically, or emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And I would dare to say at least 5% out of 10, 5 out of 10 girls have been something sexually, because they're women and it's how it is. And it's interesting how quiet that's been kept, and suddenly it's come out. Now, look, I'm a rock star, and I know how women are around me. They can be, it's like Joe Perry. He's a god. He's a god.
Mm-hmm.
And girls come running up to you. There's different behaviors, but you got to learn how to turn that off, as you know. Being known and seen by millions, stuff can happen but you got to know better. I'm just grateful I got sober in '88.
Did you say
really
at 88?
Grateful,
Did you say at 88 or in 88?
In 88.
Oh, okay. I was like, my God,
at
you
the
look
number
good.
88 girls.
You look good for the double snowman. It's great. I think it's great because you've got a platform. You're doing good, and this viewing party is going down Sunday. Where you'll watch the Grammys and people hang out with you.
Yeah, I'll walk around the tables. I know pretty much everybody, but we were working it out the other day at Red Studios, which the owner of Red. I called him up and he goes, "You know what? You can have it for free. This is Desilu Studios over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working out all the incidentals and comedy commercial breaks and what to do after that. Your life, you understand that well.
Yeah.
And she said you got to see this Halsey rap that she did, at the Women's March in New York.
Incredible.
And I watched this thing, burst into tears, and I said, "That's why I'm doing this."
Yeah.
See, so this girl said it better than I've even thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, I partnered up with a bunch of people from youth villages. It was a huge foundation, huge. I said, I want to do something like Janie's house or Janie's something. They said, you got it, done. So 2 months ago, I cut the ribbon on a house in where you live, where you were brought up in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got 15, 20 girls in there with a bed, getting better,
That's great.
Wow.
seeing the other side. And don't forget, and these are girls
Yeah.
that are so, they got the worst of the worst at 12. This is what's going on. They're pregnant at 16, 17, 18.
And now they're in this house and there's people watching after them?
People watching that from 24/7. They've got great therapy. And you know me, I know about all that stuff. I just go there and check, and they're covered.
That's great. I just you have so much soul and spirit, and as you can hear, the biggest heart in the world, Steven Tyler. If you want to go to this viewing party, we got a couple of tickets, 800-520-1027. Great to see you, man. Thanks so much for coming in.
No, thank you, Ryan.
Be back here. It's Kiss FM.